Okay.
All right. All right, I think we are maybe ready to go?
Does look
Yes,
like
no?
it.
Following your lead, ready to press the button.
Whenever they are ready, we are ready. That's what I'd say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
All right, and what is presumably the least scuffed raced start ever. Here we go. The gate is dropped.
A Vera restream is always scuffed. What are you talking about?
All right, here we go. Timers are started. Players are moving. We're going to be joining up momentarily, and we'll see just what we've got for all of these racers. Looks like Nether minus for our player 2s, which is not the best, not the worst. I mean, as far as minus orbs go, it's pretty okay. Umbra minus for our player 1s. Chaos minus for our player 2s, maybe full minus? We'll see if somebody does an equipment check.
Was nothing.
Yeah, and bombardment neutral for our player 1 spell, which is pretty cool. Bombardment is gonna do some work. That's even at neutral. Bombardment's pretty powerful. No pyramid start this time, so we're cursed with this more normal start.
I'm sorry.
But we have our player 2s where they should be in the past, and our player 1s where they should be in the present. Turning on some gifting for Waffle Soup, which is understandable. It's always nice to have more things.
More things,
and
more
we'll
better.
See how these seeds start to shape up.
So we already have Fire and Kobo for ECZ and Pink for WEF.
Very cool, yeah. No enemy randomizer for our racers. And that plasma neutral immediately getting equipped over the Umbra minus. Neutral plasma's not bad. It's not great, but it's definitely not a minus orb.
Yeah, minus orbs hurt your soul. I mean, I love seeing minus orbs.
Yeah, you do. We have both of our player 2s doing pretty much the same thing, heading towards the left. This is sort of the traditional past start, heading towards the left until you reach the warp room, warping back to the refugee camp, and then heading towards the castle. If there has been a map check, I haven't seen it yet, but our player 1s are going to be heading towards the library as soon as they're out of these early Lake Desolation areas. And
I believe
then they're going to be waiting for some progression.
I believe Waffle Soup did quite the map check all the way at the starts.
Yep, understandable. Waffle Soup has learned her lesson.
Sure.
But yeah, nothing particularly exciting found so far, right? We've got Jin Inferno for our player 1s, so that's kind of cool. Oh no, player 2s. The inner one is the bottom player, right?
Well, Wef just got a modern warp beacon, by the way.
Right on. Okay, yeah. So ACZ a little bit deeper into the castle than Ducky, so has slightly more checks. I'm sure Ducky will be finding that modern warp beacon for Waffle
has found it
as well.
already just now.
Oh yeah, there it is. Great.
Wow.
And we'll see whether or not that ends up being a point of divergence. Most of the time, you find the player 1s just kind of going to the library and then figuring out what they're going to do. But they might make the choice here to... oh, interesting. Wef deciding to farm up a little bit before going into his boots fight.
I mean, you never know what's at your boots fights.
Yeah, understandable given that it's Volturilis at the boots fight.
Oh, yep.
Because that's a rough one. That's something that nobody wants to go into. But
Wef didn't know that. Or did he?
Yeah, he might have gone in and died, or gone in and then deliberately quit out in order to...
Oh, that might be. That I didn't see.
Or maybe he just wanted, just a little bit more experience, which is also understandable.
Fair enough.
But yes, Godspeed you, Pink Emperor's namesake, at the boots fight.
Ducky just found their security keycard B.
Very cool. Potentially useful at some point down the road.
At some point.
So we're seeing Waffle Soup go through the sewers, headed to the library. Oh, the sewers is always a hassle, especially with those Chivir helicopters getting in the way.
What do you mean?
And Wef Jebster probably following in her footsteps here.
Mm-hmm.
But there is the opportunity to go to follow that warp beacon and see if that goes anywhere interesting.
Well, probably first get your easy, simple checks in the library that you just can grab.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Some smooth sewer progression here for Wef. I love this traversal.
Twin Towers, the warp for Waffle Soup that they just picked
Very
up.
cool. Okay, so now they have some past access as well. And that sounds like, again, the kind of thing that's going to be coming in for Wef not too far behind.
And
not a whole lot of divergence
while
yet.
they are in the library. That is neat.
Yeah, that is nice. ACZ now. Interesting. So Ducky's in the in that basement loop, and Zed is back at the refugee camp, and I'm not exactly sure what happened here. I think maybe Zed took the bottom route and did the upper caves of banishment, so got a few checks there that Ducky won't have, but that puts him a little bit behind in terms of castle progress.
Yeah, he sure did that.
So that's cool. That's an interesting point of divergence, and it doesn't look like it turned into anything particularly relevant for either of those team members, though. They're not really ahead on progression here. There is a Genza laser, or rather a lab laser. I think that's lab laser research.
Yes,
for Wef Jebster. So that's going to potentially play an important role later on. But at this point, Waffle Soup has the same thing, so. And Wef does have that tablet, so there's downloads that you can get there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tablets for both of them. And
yeah, it was in
Waffle
one of the
now
tests
heading into the past.
Before the Ifrit fights, so they picked it up there. So it was actually pretty good timing.
So we've got some people headed into the past now. Waffle Soup headed into the past, opening up that pink room. No progression.
Elevator keycard.
Elevator keycard. That's a nice find. We got Wef Jefter spending a little bit of time in menus at the shop, picking up some other pearls, which is a nice piece of equipment to find. Not a game changer, but a nice couple of points of extra damage.
Waffle missed the download.
Yeah, Wef now going through and picking up the rest of the downloads, having picked up the tablet in that upper area.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, a good call, get those checks. Zed now deeper into the castle, going into that basement loop area, and Ducky, they've kind of done their swapsies high five. Ducky now into those lower caves, while Zed's in the basement loop.
Ducky
so yeah, not really any
real
real divergences here.
I see.
Sorry, go ahead.
Batty just told us that Ducky saw a gear in Twins area for later.
Cool. Okay, yeah, once they get vertical, they'll be able to pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, all of our racers pretty much doing the same things. Wef has taken a little bit of time in order to get into the... Still in the their present warp was to the Siren's Cave. Oh. So Wef making the call to go into the present, into the deeper areas of the present, instead of going into the past like Waffle Soup has. So this is a pretty interesting point of divergence. You could find some pretty cool stuff here. But of course, Waffle has already found the V key card for themselves. So that is access to a couple of extra downloads that Wef does not have yet.
Yep, 3 nice downloads.
Going into these elevator checks, this is a pretty cool place to be. This is some pretty dense checks. So this is a pretty cool choice for Wef Jebster here. Waffle now going back to the library, taking advantage of that V card. We'll see if she finds something good.
Will she do the other downloads that she missed? Yes, she will. Yeah. Good.
Nothing particularly impressive there, although did find their Jin Inferno, which is nice. Exactly.
Which is fire. And a Meatball Doom, but fire.
Ducky in this boss fight, is this Cantorin? Are they just out of things to do and Ducky is actually just taking the Cantorin fight? Because this is a really early Cantorin. Oh yeah, that's some damage. That looks like a Cantorin fight to me. Yikes.
Ducky can do it. I believe in Ducky.
Yeah, Ducky can pull it off. It's doable, but it's dangerous.
And
I need a little bit more healing.
Ooh.
Oh, gets through it just fine.
Oh, there we go.
Zed immediately into that same fight. Picking up an antidote. Big find. Big find.
Huge find.
And I think that leaves our player 2's BK'd, which is really unusual. The past is usually more open. But in this seed... Go ahead.
And I need one more point to hint for anything. So that's kind of sour.
Yeah. Usually the player 2's kind of have a lot more locations to go to, but in this case, the player 1 has gotten all of the progression, all of the opens. So we've got multiple warp beacons for player 1s, we've got multiple key cards and routes to traverse for player 1s. We've got that we don't have the Kobo. Kobo's for player 2, but
Wef has found the spindle for Zed.
Incredible. Where did that D card come up? Oh, I found it in the elevator towers. All right, so that explains why we don't have that D card for Waffle Soup yet. That's pretty cool. So that's a little bit of progression now. We have our first Timespinner piece collected, which is, as you said, the spindle for Zed. So not a jet seed really.
And a water mask for Waffle Soup.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, now we're seeing a lot of divergence. Progression going to a lot of different places. Wefjebster finally getting into the past now, following behind Waffle Soup in order to get all of those checks. Waffle Soup, meanwhile, just so far ahead in terms of stuff that's in the past. If anything important is in the past, Waffle's definitely got the advantage here. Waffle finding a keycard A, which is not the progression you want to see, but if it's what you see, it might be the progression you need. Zed kind of struggling through this Cantorin fight. Pulling it off, you know, doesn't look like he's in danger at any point, but not going quite as smoothly as Ducky's fight. Ah, there it is. Now he can find his own antidote. Lucky him.
Yippee! Here, you fought this pretty hard boss. Take an antidote.
So, what are we gonna see next? Yeah, our player 2s are just kind of hanging out. So we're waiting for player 1 to find them something useful.
Anything useful.
Really, anything useful would be great. But both of our player 2s stuck at 30 hint points. Really rough. See whether or not our player 1s find something to get player 2 out of BK. It's
wheel.
Gonna be a bit, I think.
No, that was a wheel for Ducky from Waffle.
Oh, okay. So the wheel is in that caves area, so that's great. The upper caves of banishment, and it'll be a bit, I think, before Wef heads to that region. But maybe when he gets the water mask, that'll push him in that direction. So Ducky is now out of BK way earlier than Zed, though. This is actually potentially a really, really big advantage. Ducky kind of has that the ability to move forward in a way that Zed doesn't now. And yeah, Wef just cruising, trying to find that progression. We know it's in the Caves of Banishment now, but we'll see whether or not he heads in that direction. There's a lot of space to cover before he even has the choice to go up or down there. Waffle continuously cruising, now with double jump, which is really nice to see. I know Waffle really loves that double jump movement.
I mean, who wouldn't love that double jump movement?
It's true. Oh, and Ducky has found her present access. So yeah, things are wide open for Ducky now. The wheel giving them access to the checks in Upper Serene, and the modern warp beacon then giving them access to the entirety of the present. It seems pretty wide open at this point. So Ducky has lots of places to go, and Zed is unfortunately still stuck grinding until he gets some kind of progression that he can use. In the meantime, it doesn't look like Wef has found anything particularly good for himself yet. Ah, there's that hairpin. So that's exciting. And Waffle, with tons of places to go, hasn't really found anything new since that wheel find, I think.
Yeah, well, that wheel find is pretty big, though, because as you can see, our good friend Zed is still in BK.
Yeah, Zed is still stuck, and Wef now got that V card, so going back into the library, checking for those last few checks. Waffle, meanwhile, in her own Upper Serene area. And Ducky starting to make forays into the present. So yeah, there's still not a whole lot of Timespinner pieces found. We do have the wheel for player 2 on Friends of Neliste side. And we have the spindle for player 2 on Godspeed You Pink Emperor side. But that's not enough to really get anywhere yet. Wef now checking. Wef went back up to check for the twins area, which that's all right. That's stuff that we need, but isn't the progression that we're looking for in order to get Zed out of BK. Looks like Wef going for the twins fight here. I guess Wef has made the decision that he's going to be focusing on his bosses. So getting this boss kill, potentially important, especially if their prison break isn't on.
True.
Then these boss kills are going to be important in order to be able to get into the military hangar.
Nah, it's going to be on and they will find it 40 minutes in. Notice by now.
Really, that's how it always works. Somehow all lasers are only found in Fear 18.
Oh yes, Ducky equipping Gun Orb. I'm very happy about that decision.
Very cool. This. Yeah, and Ducky just getting further and further ahead. Man, this actually feels like such an advantage for Friends of Neliste. And it's not because Waffle Soup has been executing cleaner or moving faster than Wef. It's just a matter of kind of lucky routing decision making, yep. Right? Just finding that wheel so much earlier.
That sure is the case right now.
Yeah, because we know that the wheel will get him out of BK, and then the other thing that's like good for getting him out of BK, the modern warp beacon, we know that's in his world. So Zed can only find that after getting that wheel. All right, Wef, where are we going now? Back to the present. What are we gonna find in the present? Oh man, every decision Wef is making is keeping Zed in BK for long. Oh, okay. Checking to make sure that he's right about lasers. So now that he has that kill under his belt, one of the lasers is gone. He knows he doesn't have prison break. That's actually really cool to see. That's I appreciate that. It's a little bit paranoid, but I appreciate the checking. That's pretty good.
What do you mean paranoid?
Only a little paranoid.
Ooh.
There's that water mask.
Indeed.
That's a really cool location for the water mask. I wonder if that'll push Wef to go to the caves, or if he'll go get the warp and then decide to go do something else instead. We're hoping that he goes to the caves, because that'll get Zed out of BK, that'll start moving the player 2 here.
Yeah, it will be helpful.
Oh, good. Okay, he's making the right decision.
Okay.
All right, we can rest easy. Now I can finally look at the Friends of Neliste again, who are miles and miles ahead of Godspeed You Pink Emperor right now. such a huge advantage. Although it hasn't turned into like anything noticeable yet, right? It's still one piece to one piece. They don't even have that spindle that Zed's currently sitting on. So it's almost like Godspeed U has a slight advantage here because of that extra Timespinner piece. But there's so many more checks under the belts of the Friends of Neliste here. Like, it really feels like they're so far ahead. Because all of this space that they've been through that hasn't had relevant progression yet, that space that Godspeed U Pink Emperor is going to have to go through as well. Is probably going to have to go through as well at some point, unless they make some really, really good guesses.
Or good hints.
Yeah, that's true. Or good hinting. Like, hinting can definitely make a big difference.
Also, where again did we find that spindle? Was that in the library down below at the warp? Or was it somewhere else?
I'm gonna go double check, but I think it is in the present, in the towers area, because Wef made the decision to go to the Varndegree towers while Waffle was hanging around in the past. Let me see if I can find it. You talk while I'm looking at stuff.
Yes. I will try to talk while looking at stuff, and I am now seeing that my Z stream is lagging behind. So let me fix that. There we go. Much better.
It's behind the D card. That's what happened. Waffle found, Wef found his D card in the Varndegree towers, and then it was in that D card storage room.
I see. So Zed also immediately equipping Gun Plus. Yes.
Yeah, stuck previously on, I think it was Blade Neutral, which is like, okay.
It was Plus.
It was Plus also? Okay. Yeah, but Gun very good at clearing, right? When you're just sort of walking through the world and you gotta get rid of enemies in front of you, Gun's pretty good at that thing.
Present access for Zed? Yep.
So yeah, Zed now has all of his options completely open, the same way that Ducky did.
No, not the same way that Ducky did.
Can go to. Well, I mean, 10 minutes later, but otherwise the same way that...
No, because Ducky didn't have the spindle, so actually, Zed has more open to him than Ducky had.
Oh, did he take the refugee warp to get to the present? Ooh. That is kind of a big divergence. Yeah, he doesn't have the... No, he's picked up the beacon also. No, yeah, he hasn't picked up the beacon. Okay, yeah, so he used the refugee warp in order to get to the present. Oh, that's cool. I wasn't... That's also a setting, right? Like, it's sometimes not on. So it's really interesting that's how that panned out this time. This Gun Plus doing a number on Genza at the Ifrit spot. So this is actually another thing that Ducky hasn't done yet either. So if this turns into progression, that's going to be huge. Coming out of BK an extra 10 minutes late and immediately finding, let's see what he finds.
A Pyro
Eye
Ring.
Orb and Pyro Ring. So nothing, not particularly relevant progression.
Oh.
We do have a hint out of Wef Jebster, though. We have hinted for Vertical. The Celestial Sash is in SEZ's Varndegroth Tower's left side. So we might see Zed immediately beeline in that direction. And yes, indeed, that is what we're seeing.
Can Zed already get there?
Yeah, with the D card in hand, Zed can actually make it through. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. That's actually really interesting. So both D cards are available for Godspeed, but the Friends of Neliste have only one D card available. And it doesn't look like Ducky has taken advantage of that. Although, Ducky has found her Gear 3.
Yes.
Looks like that was in the Castle Keep. So...
there's that Celestial Sash for Wef.
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah, I'm sure Wef is happy to see some Vertical here.
I mean, Wef already had Double Jump.
Yeah, Double Jump is fine, but this is a good reason to go to Ilana's Towers.
So now player 2 will just have Single Jump Light Wall, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, we have a light wall for Ducky, so...
We have Double Jump Light Wall for
yeah.
Ducky. Sad. When did
My
she
sympathies.
pick that up?
The amount of suffering is reduced.
Yeah, I know. Happens every time.
But this traversal through Ilana's towers for Wef Jebster is interesting because I don't think Waffle Soup is headed in that direction. So despite Waffle Soup being a little bit ahead of Wef, Wef is in new places now, so they've kind of diverged again. And Zed also, because of that hint, I think, kind of diverged from where Ducky is gone. So even though he started off late because of the amount of time he spent in DK, he's still going through places that Ducky hasn't been. So this divergence is kind of exactly what they need, assuming that they find something useful.
That I find something useful and not go back for the empty checks.
Right, yeah, because we know there's a bunch of checks that Ducky's been through that's not going to have anything good for Zed. And it's completely reasonable for Zed to make the decision to go through those same places, right? There's a reason that Ducky went there.
And
Zed finding nothing good in the air vents and quitting out.
That was
coming back to a gear 2.
2.
Fascinating. Where was that? That was in the Royal Towers. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be pretty. Wow, yeah, totally divergent here. There's that gear 3 that we know is available in the player 2's castle area. So we're still just missing gear 1 for that player 2. And pyramid access. They don't currently have pyramid access. We don't know if they even have a mysterious warp beacon. So this is potentially still a lot to go through for our player 2s. But if they happen to stumble upon a mysterious warp beacon, they could be one piece away.
Okay, just now saw the Waffle was doing well, she couldn't do that struggle juggle, but Wef did. There was nothing important there. Let's hope Waffle doesn't go back for it.
Well, there was a laser access.
Ooh.
For
Celestial
for player 2.
Was that in struggle juggle, like top chest?
It was the bottom one.
Oh yeah, then yeah, that was gotten by Ducky. By Waffle, sorry. By Waffle Soup.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Yeah,
so that is all of the lasers. That is all of the lasers for Ducky. So they have found some progression in their myriad forays here and their various traversals that Godspeed has not found, right? So Godspeed going to new places has been good for them, but there's still a bunch of stuff that they need to go find. And there is a lot of checks to make up. So we'll see whether or not they do it in the right order in order to keep pace.
Yeah, true. Because it was quite some time that Zed was in BK mode.
Yeah, that was a lot of BK. That was a real problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ducky is now into those the Varndegree Towers area, so has found that sash for Waffle Soup. I don't know if we're gonna see a backtrack into Ilana's, but I mean, you and I know it's not that big of a deal, so probably not.
Probably not. No.
Oh, Waffle Soup did it. Villette's safe. I love that cutscene.
Let's save percentage.
But now going through those fire checks for Waffle Soup, which is more new territory. We're going to see what we can find here. Oh, and has access to the Zarian caves, so maybe putting that A card to use.
Nope, just grabbing the warp.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. Since she's got to come down here for the one missed check. I like this routing. That's good.
I mean, now she can warp to it, so everything's fine.
Yep. Yeah.
There's a succubus hairpin for Z2.
Yep. Yeah, so now they're pretty close there. What other progression is still missing?
Gear. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it's that spindle in Gear 2 for Godspeed versus the Gear 3 for Friends of Neliste on the player 2 side.
And 3 laser accesses.
Yeah, so they're still missing 2 full lasers for Zed. And that's probably something that Ducky found. I could go back and look, but It's probably something that Ducky found in various places in her world that Zed has yet to go.
Exactly. Ooh, there's that Timespinner Gear 1!
Okay! Alright, so we
them.
now know where all 5 of the pieces are for player 2, although it's 3 on one side and 3 on the other. So they're they're definitely not ready. Fascinating. Okay, so Waffle Soup needs to go get that spindle for Ducky. And then Ducky's Gear 2, I think, is also in player 1's world, if I am remembering correctly. Yes. Oh no, it's the struggle juggle. It's the struggle juggle in the bottom near the courtyard. So that's something that Waffle Soup is going to have to make the choice to go back and look for. I mean, presumably we'll see some hints for it, and then it'll get figured out relatively soon.
Sure hope so.
But we also have now, yeah, all of Friends of Neliste now doing a bunch of hints. So we know that player 2's mysterious warp beacon does exist, and it is in the Emperor's Tower for player 1. So probably not going to see that, and I think we're going to just see Ducky decide, yeah, I'm not getting that, I'm just going to go break time. But we don't have a hint for Ducky's Gear 2 yet. We do have a hint for her Lab Access Genza, which is in player 1's Pyramid. So that's a huge struggle. And player 2 is, we also have Ducky hinting for their security keycard A, which is in their own lab. So that's probably where they're headed now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because player 1's B card is in player 2's Varndegroth Tower's Spider Hell. Oh boy. Wow, that is a huge chain of progression.
Don't you love it?
Sure, yeah. I love it. I love it. This is a mess, is what this is.
Hey, there we got
that's a lot of hints to go through, and none of those hints are Ducky's Timespinner pieces.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Ducky is in a position right now, if she had those pieces, to break time and win the game within the next 5 to 10 minutes. And that's not going to happen. That's not anywhere close, because they haven't hinted it. And it's dependent on Waffle Soup going back to Alana's towers for the couple of checks that she faded in order to get that Gear 2 for Ducky.
Yeah, that's gonna be painful. Oof.
That's going to be real rough until we see some more hints from Ducky.
Exactly.
The spindle, I think, is a little bit more findable. That's dependent on Waffle Soup going to get that D card. So it's not like too far out of the realm of possibility. But that's still, you know, a decision that Waffle has to go and make.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't seen that happen yet. Waffle is very much focused on other things at the moment. Well, I've just spent the entire of the last, 7 minutes staring at the Friends of Neliste. How are Godspeed You Pink Emperor faring? Still no Timespinner pieces for either of our player 1s? Dang.
Nothing. All the movement, but no gears. No Timespinner pieces.
So Wef deciding, I think, that the lab is money and going straight for the bosses.
I mean,
fair enough. This is a pretty good call, actually. I support this plan. Zed has now found 2 of his lasers.
There's that Lab Access Genza for Ducky.
Good, that's important.
Correct? No, that is for Waffle. Excuse me.
Oh, they're both on Lab Access lasers.
Yes, they are.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, I guess it's just a matter of accruing more hint points now for Friends of Neliste, right? They're going through the checks in order to get enough hints to hint for the things that they know they need. But there's a lot of things that they need, this long chain of back and forth, in order to get Waffle Soup into the lab.
There's that Timespinner Gear 3 for Zed.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like Waffle Soup is finally on the right path to pick up that spindle for Ducky. So that's going to be pretty good progress here. Wef Jebster pretty close to having lab access, I think, or at least military hangar. Looks like he's deciding not to go into the military hangar until he has that lab access, since he's heading over here to finish off some of the serene checks. Maybe burn the vines and then do the fire checks in the present. That seems like a reasonable call. That's some pretty dense location. And Bombardment just making short work of the Sandman here. That's a very good fight. I love watching Wef fight bosses. Wef and Waffle both are just really, really clean boss fights.
I love how they are both player 1, 2.
Mm-hmm. So Waffle now in her pyramid. Did she get the beacon for it? Or did she... Yeah, she must have.
Yeah, she sure did.
Okay. So that's pretty helpful, since that was a relevant hint. Something was in the pyramid, I think. Yeah, player 1's Why Not It's right there is player 2's Lab Access Genza. So that's a pretty big find.
Ah, yes. Fall forever. Ah, it's time for regrets.
Do love a good regret check. I can't wait for Waffle to feel regret.
No, I want it to be something important.
You want it to be something important?
I want it to be their first time spinner.
Friends of Neliste?
No, I was not.
Nope.
Sad. I just wanted to be the first time spinner piece they found, okay?
That would be so funny if the first time spinner piece that any player 1 found was in player 1's pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
But no, still no time spinner pieces for our player 1s. What is going on?
They just don't exist. They must
all be in the lab and in the Emperor Towers.
How about Gyre?
Sure, I guess so. There could be one in the Gyre. I don't know why you would wish that evil into the world, but there could be a wheel in way up there and then a time spinner piece in the Gyre.
You should know by now.
Yeah, no, that's just how it works.
Everyone loves regrets. That sounds about right.
So still digging. We're going through the lab now. Ducky is in her lab, and Zed is going into the Gyre. There it is. Maybe we'll find something good here.
Maybe we will.
Keycard C for Waffle Soup. Not immediately turning around to take advantage of these keycard checks. I think instead pushing her way forward to the lab. Which I think makes sense in this context. The lab is very dense. There's a lot of checks in the lab. And it probably has most of the things that we're missing.
Lab will be money. This is fine.
Yeah, I think so. I am on board with this.
But definitely not en route for that spindle for Ducky, though.
Yeah, they're still following this long chain of stuff, right? They need to get player A's security keycard, player 1's security keycard B. So that means that player 2 needs their security keycard A in order to get it. And I think they've found that at this point. Yes.
Okay,
yeah, player 2 has their A card.
Wef just hinted his wheel, I believe. And it wasn't player 2's word, but I couldn't read what it was. Could you enlighten us?
Yes, Wef's wheel is in player 2's upper banishment. So that's gonna need water mask, but I think player 2 doesn't have their water mask yet. So yeah, can't get it yet. It's still pretty far away.
There's that spindle. Final. Oh, that's a spindle for for Waffle actually.
Yep, Waffle spindle. Ooh, yeah, okay, so we found the player 2. Yes, okay. So Zed just found his gear 2, which is in fact full go mode. Because he does already have the Genza experiment, the Genza laser, I think.
In the meantime, Ducky also found her water mask, so is now doing the water checks.
Did not have the Genza laser yet. because Wef hasn't been to the pyramid yet.
Ooh, true.
What a mess.
So Kant is not actually in go mode yet.
Right. He's heading in the right direction. He does need to get to the lab, but he can't get through the lab yet until Wef makes it to the pyramid. So that is going to be a hint for the mysterious warp beacon, almost assuredly.
Nope, that was a security
keycard B hint. Which is in, we already know the answer to this one, is in Zed's Spider Hell, Varney's Spider Hell.
Yummy.
But yeah, Zed is one laser away from go mode because he cannot get to the Genza spot in the lab at the moment.
Oh wow! In the meantime, while we were talking, some stuff happened. All right, we have a wheel and now a gear for Waffle, so that's 3 Timespinner pieces, while Wef has 0 still.
Yeah, wheel, spindle, and gear for Waffle is incredible. We had we also have a hint for their Gear 1 and Gear 2.
Okay, great.
Which is their Gear 1 is in their own Emperor's Tower, and their Gear 2 is in Lower Serene for player 2.
Yes, that one. Yeah, okay. Well, I believe that is where Ducky will... Oh, there we go. Ducky just got it.
Yep, Ducky heading in that right place. Zed now going through the Maw Caves. This is really interesting. I feel like Zed should be going for something that we've already hinted, but I guess Zed doesn't have the A key card. Zed is missing the A key card that Ducky already has. So this is where that advantage from before is really paying off.
Yeah.
You know, Ducky and Waffle being, 5 to 10 minutes ahead of Wef and Zed, having found some of those incidental pieces. Now they don't have to hint for it anymore. They can just go for the stuff that the important stuff.
There we go. In the meantime, Ducky did hint for at least a spindle. I did not see if they also hinted for the gear.
The only outstanding hints for Ducky is the mysterious warp beacon.
Yep.
Which we know is in...
Hey, look at tablets.
Yeah,
or
which
Ducky.
we know is in player 1's Emperor Towers, which is why
Yes.
player 1 is trying to get that B card.
Fair enough. So many things are happening. So much speed, so much goodness.
There's a lot going on here.
Ah, Raven Lord at Ifrid. Don't you love it?
Oh, that's a rough fight. Big Hammer doing work, though.
Just want to say, they have big hammer. It's all fine. They also have meatball if they needed to.
I think the meatball is not as much damage as the hammer.
No, it
Fortunately,
sure
they have
isn't.
consumables, so the MP is not as big of a deal.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's see. We did find some pink for our player 2s as well. Both of them now sitting on. Thought I saw a plasma orb, but
No, that's for player 1, not for player 2.
oh, player 1's plasma orb. Okay.
Player
Yeah, we have a
2
royal
does
ring
not.
on Zed's side.
Yes,
But we don't
correct.
have royal roadblock, or not royal roadblock, the drawbridge key. We don't have drawbridge key for player 2s, so potentially not a big deal. Maybe a big deal. We'll see. Yeah, so you talk. I'm gonna think about what they need in order to get going at this point.
Yes, I will try to talk. It's getting late, so it's getting harder and harder, that's for sure. I think it's wheat for meatballs. I believe so, but don't quote me on that. Okay,
I don't remember if the Gin Inferno was minus or not. But even a minus Gin Inferno is still pretty good. Alright, so our player 2s still need their lab access Genza. Well, Zed needs lab access Genza. Ducky needs her gear 2.
And Ducky just
Or
got their gear
3?
2.
Gear 1?
They just got
Gear
it.
2.
They just got it.
Oh, okay. That was exactly what they were waiting for. So that's it. That's go mode for Ducky now.
Mm-hmm.
While Zed is still waiting for that lab access Genza. And that is dependent on getting Wef into the pyramid. So once Wef gets pyramid access, that'll be go mode for Zed. And in the meantime, Wef is still sitting on a fat 0 Timespinner piece, while
He must be
Waffle Soup
sweating.
has 4 of her... Yeah, he's got to be feeling miserable about that. Waffle Soup still has 4 of her pieces. So Waffle Soup only looking for that Timespinner Gear 1. And I think it's been hinted. Yes, she has her own Timespinner Gear 1 in her Emperor Towers. So once she gets through the lab, once she gets her security keycard B from Ducky, which Ducky still has not gone to the Varndegrade Tower in order to get through the Spider Hell and get Waffle her keycard.
It's fine. Ducky is just gonna
Ducky
beat the
doesn't
game.
have the elevator keycard yet.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, no wonder. We're still not there.
We're not there. Oh, that's something Zed also still needs. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no elevator keycards yet for our player 2s. And
Anything can
quite
happen.
a ways away from getting the hint points. So just going for the victory here, I think makes sense for Ducky.
Yeah,
to stop
for
her
sure.
timer. Since the way the timer system works is once any player has finished their game, it stops their timer, but it doesn't release their items. So they'll need to come back in and find the items that their partner needs. But the time for the team is the average of their completion times. So if one of the members has the ability a couple of to go stop their time, that's a pretty big advantage. That's something that they want to do as early as possible.
Let's see if it's what regrets. In just a moment. Oh, dry regrets.
Normal regret. The kind of regret that you regret without being wet.
Yeah. But beautifully executed jump there, so Ducky's fine.
Good light wall skip. Waffle Soup into the gyre now, so checking that out.
I mean, after last time, yeah, of course they checking that out.
Yeah. Doesn't really seem like there's anything particularly important here so far, though. And we're seeing some hints for... There's that hint for the security keycard A that he knows he needs. So now he knows he needs to get into his own lab in order to get the security keycard A. And he can get into his own lab, he just can't get into the Genza fight.
Don't you love it? Vanilla Demon.
People using that time stop tech with the light walls. I love it. That's so cool.
There we go, that's time for Ducky.
Yep, let's get exclamation marks in chat for Ducky. Ducky has completed her seed with a racetime.gg official time of 47:05.
Very nice.
So that is half of Friends of Neliste completion. And if Waffle Soup can finish ahead of Wef Jebster, that'll lock it in. But and it seems pretty likely at this point Waffle Soup needs one more Timespinner piece and already has her pyramid access. Meanwhile, Wef's sitting on five empty slots where Timespinner pieces should be. That's so rough. That's incredible. That's so far behind. What are you gonna do with that?
Wef must, like I said before, be crying and wondering what has been done.
Yeah, right. He's got to be wondering what he did wrong in order to deserve this. How many puppies did he kick in order to make this? Ducky now, with her finished seed, continuing to explore, right? So still needs to find those whatever things that Waffle Soup might still be missing. We are on the hunt for Waffle's Gear 1, although I think we know where Waffle's Gear 1 is.
We know where 1 is, but we need keycard B, I believe? No?
Yes,
Yes.
we still need player 2's elevator keycard in order to unblock the full chain of getting Waffle into the lab. And it looks like Waffle has now BK'd herself. So it's entirely down to Ducky finding that elevator keycard somewhere in her world.
Oh, that's exciting.
We don't have a hint for it yet. So
No, probably
I'm not sure if
enough
Ducky
hint
has
points.
enough checks. Yeah, not enough checks. So Ducky has a lot of places to go to figure out where that next thing might be.
Wef just standing there.
Yeah, I think Wef also BK'd and hoping for something good.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the downside of Zed being stuck behind Ducky or stuck in BK for much longer than Ducky was. There's
his elevator keycard
on a download in the library.
Oh my
Ducky
God.
now in a position to get that B card and unblock Waffle Soup. And that'll be it.
There's that mysterious
That'll be the
warp
next big thing.
beacon for Wef, so finally Wef can do things and get progression.
Yeah, so Wef now unblocked. Wef can find that Genza access for Zed, which I know Zed has been looking for. And that'll allow Zed to finally clear his own lab, break his own time, make it to the pyramid, and clear his own seed.
That is the B card for Waffle right there.
Yep. So Waffle's B card is found, and that means Waffle is beelining towards her Gear 1. We know exactly where it is. She's got to go through a boss fight to get to it here.
Big
but
Bird.
Otherwise it's... Yep. Big Bird at Genza. So Waffle Soup is now in go mode. She knows no mode, I guess? She knows where the piece is and doesn't need to worry about picking up any other items besides the Timespinner piece that she's going straight for.
And luckily she does have that Celestial Sash for everything to go fast.
There it is.
There we go.
Found and straight into the pyramid.
Nope.
No, she's breaking time? She doesn't have pyramid access? What's going on here?
She sure does.
I think she's realized. Yes. Okay, there.
Oh,
it is.
yes,
there
that's the wrong one.
All right.
I already was there.
That would have been very funny. Waffle Soup just being like, yeah, no, I'll just eat like 4 minutes. You can have it. No problem. Break time instead. But yeah, Waffle Soup heading into her final boss fight now. And, oh, poor Wef still sitting on 0 Timespinner pieces. What a mess.
Just think, 0 Timespinner pieces while Waffle has finished.
Yeah, right? Waffle now in her boss fight. Zed at least making his way towards the Genza fight. So Zed ready to break time sooner rather than later and complete his own seed. But once he does that, he's still got to come back and find a bunch of things for
yeah, exactly. Many of things.
You know, we're by no means out of the woods here.
Oh no. Nah, this is
God,
a one
that hammer! Look at that damage.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge hammer.
And that is the first boss.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is it. That's it.
Oh, that was already the second. Dang.
That is, yeah. I guess get double exclamation marks for friends of Neliste. That is time for Waffle Soup. A official racetime.gg time of 52:34. And I think we are seeing a forfeit out of both Wef and Zed.
Sure
that
was.
That is going to be the end here.
Wow. What a race.
Well, we've got both teams sitting in the restream waiting room, so let's bring them up.
Yes, let's bring them up.
Hello, folks.
Hello again.
Hello.
What did we do wrong?
Okay, so here's what you did wrong. The Timespinner wheel that got Zed out of BK, Waffle found that about 10 minutes early. Because Waffle just made entirely different routing decisions once the past and present were both opened up.
Yeah, I followed Archipelago Spheres, and I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, in this case,
My plan going into this was to follow spheres.
And I mean, I think that's general wisdom, like generally accepted to be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, that's not how it panned out.
That is a huge bummer. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing I want to bring up. It didn't ended up mattering because I ended up getting clipped through the wall, but I got throw stun trapped right at bat ledge
Oh yeah.
without having any other legal way of getting up there. So what would the ruling have been there?
Take it.
I think we made the call that if you end up somewhere that you shouldn't because of throw stun trap, it's fair game. I
Okay.
know the ruling was probably made like 6 months ago when the tournament started, so I wouldn't like blame
Yeah.
anybody.
Don't
for not
don't blame me
remembering.
for not knowing.
Yeah,
But
like it
I
ended up
feel
not
like-
mattering because I ended up glitching through the wall anyways. So
Yeah, I feel like
I
yeah,
clipped into V room early with a throw stun. That was funny.
yeah. I have no B card and no pieces of the time spinner.
How does
so
that
your
feel?
B card is hidden in behind the Varndegrade Tower Spider Hell for player 2.
We know that. We hinted.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have my elevator key card.
No. Your elevator key card is on a download in your library.
Yeah, he hinted. For
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't have the tablet.
What did-
That's the one.
No
part that we
idea where
don't
your
know.
tablet is. I'm sorry.
yeah, I found the tablet obviously.
Yeah. Just
Um,
found it naturally. I don't remember where that was.
actually,
Yeah,
I'm
and-
trying to think. Like, what did we hint for then that y'all didn't?
So
We hinted for lab accesses. I know that.
y'all started hinting after about 10 minutes. Like I think the real key to this match was that 10 minutes of BK that Zed was stuck in.
Yes.
Like Ducky kind of got free and started roaming the map at about 10 minutes speed, and Zed got free and started roaming the map at about 20 minutes. So you just had a lot more checks that you were going for. Your routing was completely different. Zed went to some places that you hadn't been yet, Ducky. So there was definitely the potential for them to find something cool. But like
Yeah.
they ended up needing to hint for their lasers, as well as
Yeah.
some other things that you had just found naturally, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Did learn that if you have if your basement isn't flooded and you and your drawbridge is down, then your first sphere in the pass is exactly 30 checks.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
No, Zed
Figured
learned that
one
too.
out.
Yep. Real fun.
It was funny when he went to hint, and it was just like, "You've got to be kidding me."
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to go hint the wheel, and it was like, you have 30 of 31, and I was upset.
Yeah,
This is also contingent on having either Pyramid Start or Gyre, or the Temporal Gyre checks as well. Because having
Yeah.
either of, or both of those off means that hints cost
30.
30.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the plane that all of the player ones have known for the entirety of this tournament, because if you just follow normal progression, you get into the library, you do all your checks, you are at 24 hit points.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, man.
So Lef, I gotta ask, 45 minutes into the seed, you're seeing a completion on the other side. You still have zero
Yeah,
time
I have
spinner
no pieces of the time spinner. I'm thinking lab is money.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Fair guess.
And-
It wasn't for me though. But yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, I was thinking lab is money, and
Mhm.
like the entire strategy became get me to the lab until it was like, well, in order to get Zed to the lab, he might as well beat the game.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Like so one of the things that we've done is we always hint for mysterious warp beacon just to see if it even exists at all.
Mhm.
And then so I did that, and then I ended up not needing it. I ended up beating it the vanilla way because I got my gear
it
too.
didn't
Like I
exist.
got all the gears. Yeah.
No, it did
I
exist.
simply assumed it didn't exist.
Oh no, remember because you gave it to me because I had to get your.
Yeah, you have one. I assumed
No.
mine didn't
Oh,
exist.
yours.
It-
Okay.
Yeah,
exists
Zed,
for both of us.
your mysterious warp beacon was in player one's Emperor Towers, which was inaccessible until after you beaten the game.
Oh,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yep.
It was an
Whatever.
incredible chain of progression at some point in the middle of the season. A hint
Yeah.
for one thing that was gated by another thing, and then hint and back and forth between two of the different players. I think it was like 3 or 4 different pieces of progression deep in order to get what was it, the security keycard B for player one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only thing I needed left for go mode. It's just
Yeah, I
that.
still don't have that.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
It was
I'm
rough.
standing in the Genza room after beating Genza, so that's where we're at.
So
had
what's even
every-
funnier? What's even funnier to me is that Zed, you had all 5 pieces of the Timespinner before Ducky did, but you were still missing that Genza laser, the Genza access laser,
Yeah.
which was in Waffle's pyramid, or sorry, Wef's pyramid.
Yep. That sounds about right. And Wef hinted the A key or the mysterious warp beacon because that was kind of what we assumed the progression one is, and it was like, well, I needed the A key card anyways, but I needed significantly more now, and then Ducky
Yeah.
finished.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was basically it. It was like, well, we really need your A card. Oh, Ducky finished.
That
Yep.
sounds about right.
And at that point, it seemed like you guys kind of knew what you were looking at as far as getting Waffle done. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I was going to be finished, and we still needed to get Wef 7 steps to the finish line.
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was. I was like, okay, I need like 4 or 5 more checks to find my A card, and then literally the next check I did was the A card. So I was like, oh, okay, or not A card, elevator card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
No.
followed items way too strong. I was thinking, okay, we're in like Sphere 2 now, and we were not in Sphere 2 yet.
Yeah. I guess,
just followed check density instead.
Yeah, I
mean,
guess for
yeah, it was
Yeah.
rough.
yeah, for once in my life, me not knowing a thing, I think came into my advantage because I have no idea how AP spheres work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
found
this-
it here. Genza had it.
Here, woo!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, in this case, it was particularly misleading because you needed to go get your water mask in order to get into your your upper banishment caves in order to get that wheel for the player 2s.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
just the choice of following the Varndegree towers first, following that present warp first, gave you different progression. But the problem was there was only one piece of progression that was going to work for player 2s, and you were going the wrong way from it.
Oh yeah, we were yelling about how much stuff I had, and it's like giving Zed like a billion things for the present, and just not having present access. Was
Yeah,
so
I I had all of my key cards for the present and no way to use them.
So what's extra funny is you didn't end up picking up your warp beacon until later, but your warp beacon was behind your wheel. Like if you had taken the wheel and used it to get vertical into the fire area, that's where your warp beacon was.
Oh yeah.
So your present access was like multiple different ways gated.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
It sure is.
Well, good games.
Good games.
GG's.
Hell of a race, honestly. It was definitely a lot to keep track of. There was divergence, but it was much.
Yeah. I want to look at this. If there's a spoiler log, I kind of want to look at what it thought the order was that we were supposed to get things, just to see if I was keeping track of it mentally correctly.
Yeah, I think Vera should have access to that.
I just
Only if
don't know
you
how,
enable it.
but
Alright,
so
well,
if you-
unzip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Waffle will walk you
Figure it
through
out.
it, I'm sure. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
I usually just backspace out of the room until I get to the part where it's like create a room, and then it's
Oh
usually.
yeah,
has,
I
like,
suppose
the-
it's on
yeah.
there too.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's definitely-
I'm just so used to pulling it up in my own text editor.
Let's take a look. I do have that tab open.
Yeah, I just want to know where the wheel is in the spheres. Where the player 2's wheel is.
Wait, do I have that?
If you
This is
scroll
like
down, it
playthrough
should show you
section.
the. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll say something like playthrough.
But yeah, check that later.
Yeah, you can check it later. It's fine.
All right. Yeah, I think that's probably about it for now. This was
Yeah.
hell of a run. So Wef and Zed, you are unfortunately at the tournament. However, you have nailed yourself a 4th place finish. So that's not bad at all. Definitely a pleasure seeing you in this tournament. I guess any final words from the two of you? Wef, you want to go first?
Seems a little unfair that we got a 4th place finish after winning exactly one match.
That's the nature of.
true.
Yeah, having the two
Double
buys.
elimination.
Well, having the two buys, the one actual buy and then the other unofficial buy because someone had to dip out. So,
Mhm.
yay, 4th place.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I will say good luck to the rest of the teams, and be
Yes.
sure to hit fire. Good luck,
Yeah.
hit fire. That's been
Um,
Weaponize race time room GLHF.
So that's your
that's our
team name
acronym.
that's your team
Good
name
luck.
for the next 2v2 tournament, right?
Good luck, hint fire.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Love
Should
it.
definitely be.
It's a lot less esoteric than our current one.
But I love our current one.
Our
Mhm.
current name is brilliant, but like I'm convinced like it's like a 7.5 to 8% people understand what the hell I'm talking about.
It is. I personally, I think it's just the right amount of niche, but that's because I get it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's how
I
it
could
goes. Like
absolutely
it's
see
exactly the
that
right
being
amount
the
of niche
case.
if you get it. If you don't get it, it's too obscure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'll be in comms. It'll be exciting. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, friends of Neliste, you are going to move on to the second chance bracket finals against Dead by Dadlike, which is me and Urza.
Rematch. Let's go.
It's true, right? It's our third rematch.
Right. Yeah.
Wait, what?
We will have our revenge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
the first
because
one
of
that
the-
ended in a close
Oh,
enough
right.
match to call a tie, the rematch,
Yeah.
and then behold
Oh,
the
my.
rematch too, but this time it's
Rematch too.
the standard format.
This time,
It-
no
Electric
well,
Boogaloo.
no,
Screw up.
it might not be the standard format
Oh.
Oh well, okay.
because I don't know when I will be able to compete next in a regular bracket.
Async Racing podcast it is. Well, let's go.
That's
Uh-huh.
Well, we'll have to go deep into the scheduling and figure that out.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you are moving forward in the
Get that
bracket,
figured out.
and we'll look forward to seeing your next match. So I guess any final words for this race from Waffle?
As I say every time, thank you everyone who helps out behind the scenes, hosts, restreams, comms, everything. It's awesome. Thank y'all.
What Waffle said, and thank you to the racers as well. Obviously, the races can't happen without y'all.
Yep.
And Wishlist Timespinner 2.
Also,
Yes.
There you go.
obviously, the obvious.
All right. Well, for my part, I do want to say thank you everybody for supporting the Timespinner community. Thank you for being here and watching these races. Go to the Timespinner Discord, and if you don't want to participate in races, that's fine. But there's a whole lot of randomizer content in there, so it's a great place to hang out if you're interested in the. And I mean, I'm slightly biased, but I think it's a really good randomizer. So check it out when you have the time.
Pretty good.
But I
You're
think
not
that's all
biased,
I
it's
got.
facts.
So Vera, this is your stream. Take us out.
Oh yes, amazing. Don't mind the scuff stream. It happens every time I stream. It is normal. Thank you, Jim, for joining me on comms, and with joining me, I mean doing comms. Yeah, thanks again for the races, and I'm excited for the next race to be just a bystander watching while hopefully Zed will be available to restream instead of having to scuff once more.
Oh yeah, because my streams aren't scuffed at all.
No, they would never be.
Never.
Never ever. So yeah, I thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see each other again soon in some way, shape, or form. I'd say have a good time zone. Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.
Take care.
See ya.